跟你只是契约夫妻，我爱跟谁在一起跟谁在一起，你凭什么管？
就凭我是你老公。
C-dramas are on the rise as some of the most binge-watched series on streaming platforms. But besides the riveting dramas that has fans watching episode after episode, they have another unique characteristic when it comes to their characters. Part of what has fans in love with the show is the entertaining and comical jealous moments of the main characters. Many can imagine the fumes coming out of the male lead's ears when seeing his love interest with another male suitor. The same goes for the female leads. With so many C-dramas available today, there are some characters that take the cake for being the most jealous.
人而无信，不知其可也。大车无泥，小车无月，其何以行之？不过就是几句话而已。谁不会啊？
Before we dive into our other lists, make sure you click subscribe and like to stay with us and get more content like this. Thanks. Xing Zhaolin, Standing in the Time. A story that follows Lin Xiao's journey to establishing a career in the world of publishing and how she finds love at the same time. Lin Xiao has always been buoyed by her love for literary works and dreams of becoming a fashion editor one day. By chance, Lin Xiao encounters Zhou Jimo, a writer who she's been working with, and they fall into a romance.
那要给我了，你不就没有了？
我呀，都已经够倒霉的了，就差触底反弹了。
Leon Lai, Jiu Liu Overlord. The story takes place at the end of the Tang dynasty, when a mysterious burglar shakes the city of Chengdu. Mob boss Long Aoyi represents the lower Jiu Liu, the lower class consisting of entertainers, seamstresses, candy sellers, matchmakers, thieves, burglars, and prostitutes. On the other hand, there's silk tycoon Li Qingliu, the calculating leader of the social elites. They must push aside their prejudices as they go from fighting for the city to working with each other.
能不能给我1000两银子？这样我在黄泉路上至少有个盘缠。哦，对了，我还想要。
玩够了。
Timmy Shu, Midsummer is full of love. Luo Tianran is a fiercely independent and strong-minded young woman with a high sense of self-worth. She dreams of making a splash in the music industry as a songwriter. However, due to some ill-fated interventions from a pair of her friends, she ends up having to move out of her house. Her path crosses with a pop superstar named Jin Zeyi, who comes across as something of a spoiled brat. Despite his cold exterior, he is actually secretly childlike and needy. At first, it seems they would never see eye to eye, as their personalities are so very different. But over time, Luo Tianran gradually falls for Jin Ze's charms, and the feeling becomes mutual.
中秋节前一天，我亲眼看到你们私会，前脚在一起约会，后脚跑到我爸妈家装委屈。奥斯卡不给你颁个奖都可惜了。
我跟你只是契约夫妻，我爱跟谁在一起跟谁在一起，你凭什么管？
就凭我是你老公。
Ryan Ding, Moonlight. Chu Li is the founder of her dream company, Yuan Yue Publishing House. She meets Zhou Xuan, who is said to be gentle as a jade when he's really not. The two are immediately at odds, with Zhao later discovering that Chu Li is his online friend, Monkey.
我同意，反正我们家有人给我做1日3餐。
啊？你请了新大姨啊？那你还好意思厚着脸皮往这凑啊？也不知道是谁有钱。
Daddi Tang, My Little Happiness. Rong has long dreamed of becoming a lawyer, but her mother is determined to see her daughter study finance abroad. After convincing her mother that she had set off for distant lands, Rong secretly returns home to begin work as a legal intern. She comes face to face with her childhood friend, Wen Xiaoqing, now a surgeon, and he's her landlord and next-door neighbor. Tied together by the ever-tightening strings of fate, they find themselves drawing closer, despite their best efforts.
你左一个上官老师，右一个上官老师，你再这样我吃醋了。
我算看出来了，原来你才是亚洲醋王本人。
你说对了。
Ryan Zhang, Stop Miss Hua. A sassy socialite meets her knight in shining armor in a former firefighter, whose tough guy exterior is the complete opposite of his adorable personality. Hua Mingyue was born with a silver spoon and did not know the concept of having to work for anything. Qin Donghai was once the squadron leader of a team of firefighters. He studied in the UK and returned home to apply for a position at the Hua Group.
班长，明月。
师傅，
明月，你没事吧？
Richard's Wang, A River Runs Through It. A story that follows students who journey through life and share experiences of sadness and joy. Xia Xiaoju transferred right before the Gaokao examinations. She meets the compassionate Cheng Lang, the straightforward Lu Shiyi, and the often dazed Jiu Liu Overlord. Despite feeling flustered by her new environment and meeting her new classmates over a misunderstanding, she tries to make the best of it.
乐桃怎么样了？
你回去告诉皇军，让他离邱乐桃越远越好。他已经跟徐梦露在一起了，为什么还要再来找邱乐桃？他到底想干嘛？
我会跟他说的，但他不一定听我的。
这个王八蛋。
Joseph Zhang, Time Flies and You Are Here. Xie Xiaoman and Zhao Xiaoqian were tied together due to a contract marriage. Xie Xiaoman is an ordinary girl who believes that women have a right to an education too. He is a prince who needs to live up to his reputation for being lazy and unskilled. The two overcome many obstacles together as they learn to love and support each other as husband and wife.
人而无信，不知其可也。大车无泥，小车无月，其何以行之？不过就是几句话而已。谁不会啊
Ao Rui Peng, Unusual Idol Love. A story about popular idol Hu Li revealing his true identity as an AI and his company planning to destroy him through suicide by depression due to an irreparable malfunction. Hu Li then runs away to Jinian's house, where they begin a fantastical and romantic life together.
我是狐狸，我还活着。是纪念救了我，在我最绝望的时候陪着我。她是我的女朋友。
Shu Kaicheng, Young and Beautiful. Liu Wenjing is a 19-year-old girl from a mountain village in Shaanxi. She travels to Shanghai, where she meets Hua Hua, Shu Wei, Xing Tianming, Xiao Heifeng, and Yan Liangkun. They're a group of young men and women who are all struggling to make it in the big city. Liu Wenjing's insecurities only grew as she began dating Ye Huixie, and Yue Hui have a falling out and her mother dies. She decides to pick up the pieces and start over.
那这样，明天我早点来接你。
就相隔一大片宇宙，向左走，向右走，在。
So there you have it, our recommendations for the top 10 Chinese dramas with a jealous male lead. See you next time, bye!
中秋节前一天，我亲眼看到你们私会，前脚在一起约会，后脚跑到我爸妈家装委屈。奥斯卡不给你颁个奖都可惜了。